Hi everyone. I wanted to give another update on Roxanne, as I got to see her here a little while ago and got to spend some time with her. The woman said that her eyes were a whole lot bigger this morning. The size of her eyes have come down. The blood pressure medicine, I guess, is starting to work, but there's no guarantee that any of her sight will be restored. She said she's figuring no, but they really don't know. They really don't know what's going to happen. We just had to watch because she had ran into the wall once and was running into stuff, and the woman brought in a blanket for me to sit on so that I could be down to her level, and instead she laid down on the floor, and she gave like a little groan once. She was quivering, her hips and that were quivering again, like she had done when she first started into the limes. I guess she did eat a little this morning, a little soft food, but then at noon she didn't eat anything. She responded to our voices. I mean, once we started talking to her, her tail started to wag, and she knew who it was. She gave me a kiss and everything when I asked for kisses, and when I would tell her, you know, up, she'd get up, or tell her down, and she would get down, so she's still following her commands and that. And, she didn't want us to leave, but she didn't bark and howl this time like she did the last time, because her not being able to see, she didn't even realize, even when we said goodbye, she didn't even realize we were actually leaving. So, I don't know. The idea was that she would be there till Wednesday to give her enough time, you know, to be on the fluids and the medicines and everything. In my eyes, the blindness is just a setback, because it really, even though it has to do with, like, the high blood pressure, and it has to do with the whole thing with the kidneys attaching itself to the retina, like I explained earlier, that caused it, to me, it's still, you know, it's just a setback. It's really not the I think they can pronounce like the underlying problem, whatever. It's not the underlying problem. The problem is the kidney issue, and unless we can get that fixed. So I gotta wait now to see, because the vet wasn't there. His assistant took us back and everything, and then showed us out, so I have to wait till tomorrow. He'll call me tomorrow morning, so it'll probably be a little after 8 if it's like it was this morning. They open up at 8 o'clock, but he called me, you know, just a little after 8. So if it happens like that again and everything, that I'll know that soon, you know, what to do. I'm sorry. Even in the past, things that have happened, I think this is, you know, I mean, obviously this is the worst thing I've ever been through, besides, you know, when I went through it the first time with Samantha. But then my Samantha was a black lab, and she was 19 when she died, but I had her put down because, you know, her muscles and just different stuff that she was going through, and I mean, it made sense, you know, it was the right thing to do so that she didn't suffer, because she was suffering with her joints and all this and that. But for Roxanne to be 3 and to be going through this, it doesn't seem ideal, you know, it doesn't seem right to have to make this decision now. It doesn't seem like something that should be going on, and so it makes it even harder. So, I don't know. I don't know how this is going to play out, but I'm afraid that tomorrow I might have to make the decision of, you know, whether I'm going to put her down or not, because I don't want to make her suffer, and the vet said she wasn't suffering, but to see her, to me, it just looked like she was, and I can't do that. So, I mean, rather than, I wanted to wait one more day, and this would be that. So, I mean, just depending on what he says tomorrow morning is really going to be the decider, and obviously I'm not focusing, like I said, I'm not focusing on the blindness. I can't focus on the blindness, because that's not the underlying problem and everything. I need to focus on everything else. So, I mean, if she would, like, get up and she'd seem like more perky and everything, if she'd eat more, I mean, obviously there's not going to be a dramatic change overnight, even with all the prayers, you know, even with my strong faith in the Lord. I mean, I believe in miracles, but I mean, this would be like the whopper, like the biggest miracle ever, because it just seems so impossible right now, and I know that I know that it's not completely impossible, but it's just hard. I mean, like he said, she was getting better, you know, and she could be better tomorrow, and she could be even better the next day. But like he said, you know, then within the next few days, the next thing you know, she could just go right downhill again, and that could be the end of it. You know, this could just be that big perk up and everything. So all we can do is just keep praying and pray that her kidneys will turn around. I just keep praying for a turnaround. You know, everything just to turn around and to just get better somehow. And that's where the faith really comes in. But like I said, I really don't know right now, and the problem is, this is just like with Samantha, it's up to me. And what was so funny about when I had Samantha up there was the fact that we had my mom's cat Briar up there too, and with Briar, it's like he was going through different stuff and everything, but he was just getting medicine, and he got checked out, and he was going to get medicine and stuff. But then, while we had him up there, that was the same day, you know, that I had Sammy put down, and I just, you know, I had an option. I could have put her on medicine, you know, I could have got more medicine, could have got other medicine, but I said, why do that? You know, it was just prolonging, and I mean, what's the sense in having the dog, you know, on medicine all the time and putting her through that when it's just not enough to really make any kind of a difference. It was going to happen regardless of whether she was on medicine or not. You know, there's just no sense in that. But so I don't know what I'm going to do. You know, it's one of the hardest decisions to make. And for anybody that's not really, because I know there are a lot of people out there who aren't really animal lovers, just think of your children if you have children. You know. And just think, or even like with a parent, you know, your parents, your grandparents, whatever. I mean, if they were in this situation and you had to make that choice, I mean, what would you do? Because it's the same. I mean, she's my little girl. I don't have kids, you know, and she's my little girl. And, excuse me, so I don't know what I'm going to do. But I just wanted to share this and let everybody know. And, I don't know, I'm filled with a lot of regret right now. It's just the little things that really catch up with you, and you just wonder why you couldn't have done this, why didn't you think of that, and it's normal, but it's hard. And, but anyway, I'm gonna go ahead and close this, because I always make too long videos anyway. But like I said, this is just a little update, and I'll update you immediately tomorrow when I find something out. And I just love everybody, and God bless, and thank you again for the prayers.